Man, what a game. What a game by the Raptors as they win 123-120 against the Dallas Mavericks. Raptors only win by 3, but it was more like 6 before Maxi Kleber hits like a 3 to cut the lead down to a 1-possession game. But the game was pretty much out of hand at that point because the Raptors just dribbled out the clock after that. But the Raptors were up in this game, went down big after the third quarter, and then came back and rallied and won the game again. The offensive consistency is going to be a problem, and the Raptors are severely lacking on consistency. This team has to be consistent both offensively and defensively to compete for a championship, and you have yet to see that from the Raptors in the past 2 weeks. But the Raptors did some great things in this game. Can't deny it right there. Raptors hot 3-point shooting in this game. 17 threes by the Raptors, who are near the bottom in terms of 3-point makes. The Raptors went 17 of 34 from beyond the arc, hitting 50% of the threes. Huge, especially from Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry only hit threes in this game. 5 threes from Kyle Lowry. And honestly, they were huge shots. Much needed shots by Kyle Lowry, especially in that fourth quarter when the Raptors really need some baskets. Nick Nurse drew up the same play twice that got Kyle Lowry open, and it's just a inbound to whoever's on the baseline, and then Kyle Lowry runs around after 2 picks and then gets a wide open shot at the top of the circle and fading to the left just knocks it down. That's his best shot, and Nick Nurse drew that play up, I believe, 3 times in this game. Kyle made 2 of them, but he did miss the last one. But honestly, 2 out of 3, that's great. And the wide open looks, just an excellently drawn play and executed by the Raptors. Good screens from both guys and got Kyle Lowry some good looks. That's the Raptors got to keep growing and maintaining that kind of discipline in terms of execution, and it could be huge. Now, the Raptors also won this game due to the zone. Nick Nurse implemented a zone in that fourth quarter with 6 minutes left in the fourth, and it changed the game completely. The Mavericks were unstoppable on offense, but as soon as they implemented the zone, they struggled, couldn't find good shots, couldn't get into the paint, which they did all game long, and the Raptors used that to push the pace, force turnovers, and get high percentage shots. And that's exactly what Kyle Lowry was talking about in the post game. He's just talking about pace. Raptors needed pace, and they played with pace, and that's exactly why the Raptors won. The third thing, which I was shocked, is that when Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard were playing, the ball movement was perfect. They actually played off of each other. Well, it wasn't just like they were taking turns, but they were actually passing the ball to each other. There was chemistry, there was movement. Everybody was touching the basketball. Some excellent team ball movement plays all over in this game. Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard are clicking, which is great to see. The key points in this game that I gotta point out: the third quarter, the Raptors were terrible. Started off the quarter 0 of 10, just struggled to make open shots. Even Serge Ibaka, who's usually a knockdown 2-point shooter from that elbow range, was missing everything tonight. He shot 3 of 9 tonight, and honestly, DeLon Wright playing in this game was huge. CJ Miles got the DNP today. He did not play thanks to coach's decision, but DeLon Wright came out and he played hard. First play, he guarded Doncic, forced him into passing the basketball. They got the miss. The ball got swung to DeLon Wright, hits his first 3, timeout. Then he got that huge block, which led to another great basket by the Raptors in transition, just affecting the game on both sides and playing hard and bringing that competitive energy that the Raptors need. Another tidbit that keeps on going, Kawhi Leonard's 20-point streak keeps on going. It's now up to 21 or 22 games, I believe now. And Serge Ibaka still can't hit a 3. He hasn't hit a 3 in the last 6 games. That's something to look out for. The last thing I wanted to point out was Pascal Siakam's game. Now, Pascal Siakam was struggling against Wesley Matthews in the post, and it seemed like Wesley Matthews just had the strength and had the lateral quickness to keep up with the Pascal Siakam. But Pascal Siakam has to be able to use all sorts of different post moves or develop a mid-range to keep them honest. He was struggling against Wesley Matthews because Wesley Matthews would just put more pressure onto his shoulder because he knows he's coming for that spin move. But Pascal Siakam did get that big and one in the fourth quarter on Wesley Matthews, but otherwise he was quiet in this game. One thing that plagued the Raptors in that Houston game, the Raptors turned the ball over like crazy. In this game, they were very tight and handled the basketball, and they only turned the ball over 7 times in this game, which is fantastic, especially on the road. The Mavericks are a great home team, so this is going to be a tough game regardless. And then when you have Doncic going off a 30 plus on a triple-double, you're going to have trouble. But the Raptors were able to pull it out, gritted it out at the end, and their defense helped the Raptors push their offense, and that's exactly how your team wants to be built. Raptors did a great job. Big win for the Raptors as they look to face out against the Bucks on Thursday. They got a few days to rest and practice, which Nick Nurse really wants, since the Raptors played, I believe, the most amount of games in the NBA right now. So Nick Nurse really wants those practice games to polish up the Raptors defense and offense, and it could be huge going into the second half of the season. Until next time, guys. Peace. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Smash that like button, guys. Until next time. Deuces.